What's up, agents, and welcome back to another Division video where we're going to take a look at one of the brand new exotics coming to the game in Year 7 Season 1. We're currently in the PTS, so everything is subject to change. But with all that said, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and let's get straight into it. So, of course, I am talking about the Pakhan. This is a returning gun from the Division 1. It's all about Division 1 nostalgia this season, which I am extremely hyped for if you've listened to anything I've been putting out recently. But let's take a quick look at it. I've expertised it right out the teeth because why not? We might as well get an idea of what it's like at its best. And the new expertise level is level 30 if you're not aware of that. I've got it rolled right now with health damage, but before we do the testing, I will actually change this to critical hit chance because that will be the best in slot attribute for it. But the talent is each kill with this weapon gains a stack of 50% magazine size, increased to the next magazine up to 4 stacks, meaning you can get 200% magazine size, and we'll test that out exactly in the range before we go and test it in the real life as well, and just see what we can push that magazine size up to. Obviously, it's an RPK variant, so it controls really well in this game. It feels much more like an assault rifle than it does an LMG, but the question is it actually any good? Well, let's have a look what the numbers look like first of all. So this is IKEA's spreadsheet that I've just kind of hacked up a little bit, and I've included the Pakhan here at the bottom. Now, it's not in order like the rest of it is, but you can see here from the burst DPS table, what we are expecting is that we can see it's going to do 715k burst DPS, which unfortunately puts it here. It puts it under the pestilence, it puts it under the blue screen, and it puts it under the iron lung. And what you've got to think about there is that all of them other LMGs have a huge amount of kind of CC involved with them and versatility. The pestilence does its huge damage ticks. The blue screen can basically CC the entire arena. The iron lung sets things on fire. Whereas with this, it just gets a bigger magazine size. Now, the bigger magazine size is not included in this number, and I will reference that as well a little bit later on in the video. We will check that out at max magazine size, what that number actually is. But we've talked enough. Let's see some action. All right, so let's take a look at it in the range first of all. So I've already lied to you, unfortunately. So I've rolled it to critical hit chance. But what we need to take account of here, it actually comes with 2 critical hit chance mods on with 20 rounds and then 5% weapon damage. And what's interesting about that is that it takes my build to exactly 59.5% critical hit chance, which you would think, yeah, all right, that's kind of great. But in this occasion here, we could usually account for losing a little bit of that, taking it down to maybe 50% because we're running the Coyote's mask and we generally play in this medium range. So maybe actually keeping it at damage to armor would actually be the shout. So there's definitely some further maths when the game comes out to decide with that. Obviously, if you're going to be running the Pakhan, you know, permanently all the time, you're going to want to adjust your build for that. I'm probably not. I'm probably going to stick with the pestilence unless this blows me socks off when it comes out on launch. So I probably wouldn't adjust my build for it, but that's definitely something to take into account if you are. Right, so let's just go over here. So essentially what we've got to do is kill 4 enemies. So that should be pretty easy as long as it counts in here. You can see the Pakhan buff at the bottom there. It's going to reload. And that now gives us 140 in the mag. So if we go like this and kill 4 more enemies and then let the mag run out, I can already see what's going to happen, which is you reload and we get 140 in the mag. So that's kind of nice, right? That's kind of okay. It does definitely look like it's putting in some numbers. You can see we've got some big 1 milli shots here. So yeah, that's kind of good, right? Everything that we kind of expected. So what do them damage numbers look like if we count it with 140 mag? So you might have to zoom in a little bit here because I've got the actual spreadsheet up, but you can see at the moment the burst DPS is there. So if we put, was it 140? Or was it 160? Am I tripping? Oh, I feel like it's 160. Oh, I messed up. He's doing it for that YouTube revenue. I'm impressed with the damage so far. I'm interested, yeah, this is actually going to play. So yeah, it's 140. So we can now put that magazine size to 140, guaranteeing pretty much if we're playing by ourselves that we're going to get the 4 kills. And it puts the mag damage up huge. But did the burst DPS... But obviously, it doesn't have any... what the word I'm trying to say, it doesn't have any effect on the burst DPS, right? Because the mag size only comes into account with sustain DPS. So that is interesting. So let's look at it from a sustain point of view. Insert one below. And click the right things. So if we grab this, we do this. We know the optimal range already is 30, although that doesn't matter. Then we're going to drop this down. The mag DPS is huge. I'm not bothered about that. Alright, so there it is. So at this point then, the sustain goes from 60. So the sustain DPS is terrible when it comes to the regular mag. When you put it at 140, again, it doesn't do magic numbers. It just puts it above the iron lung as far as sustained DPS comes. And that's surprising. I actually thought with 140 in the mag, it would actually bump up the sustain a little bit better. But obviously, it's the slower fire rate as well, which is actually being included in that. So there are some other variables that we very quickly need to check out. I'm going to put the Eagle's Grasp on. And if I put the, just to see if that actually has an effect as well. Trust them not to be on my character, so I'll be right back. Okay, so we've got the Eagle's Grasp on now, which you can see here. And that gives us 15% extra magazine size, which now gives us an extra... So we now go from 60 to 70 in the mag. So the question is it going to be just a base increase, or is it actually going to increase on top of the 140 when we get the 4 kills, which would be the ideal scenario for us? Are we going to get 150 or are we going to get more? We get 161. So yeah, that is the ideal scenario. So the Eagle's Grasp does actually work with the Pakhan talent, which is pretty nice. Meaning there's other ways of increasing your magazine size in the game as well. Meaning you can pump the magazine size up pretty good. But I am going to say that I don't think this is worth doing. This is not something that I am advising anyone should do. I don't think it's worth it because we've already seen what the sustain and burst numbers are like, and they don't generally get any better the bigger that you extend that magazine size. So essentially, because you're going to be doing that, you're going to be taking damage away, and essentially you're just going to be nerfing yourself along the way. So let's take my build that we've got here. We do know we have got a slight issue that we are going to miss out around maybe 10% critical hit damage, but that shouldn't be a game breaker. Let's take it over to the starting area of District Union Arena. Definitely the easiest place to test because a lot of enemies very close together, some good cover, and we can kind of see what kind of damage output we are doing with an all red build.
You've got your objective. Don't let anything.
And it is if that long mag is really going to pay dividends or not. Because don't forget, we're giving up a damage talent, right? So we're not going to get full benefit off the rip.
Firing on my target. One more. They're gone.
So we're kind of halfway there now. It's very easy to control. And now we're at full capacity, I should say. The damage numbers are fine, like... Should have probably pushed. I mean, 1.1 mil a shot, nearly 1.2 mil a shot. No one's No one's going to be complaining. Oh, I hit reload. Ah! I missed the chance to push. It's very tempting to hit that reload button. So now we're down because I've kind of messed up. What are we at now? 80. 80 is still not bad though, right? When you can think in heroic missions, you're definitely going to be at cap, you know, all of the time. Trying to kill his little drone to see if it counts as a kill. Definitely want to try that. Because it hits so hard though, it does break chains and things very easily. So it does count. So killing anything literally counts. Oh, mini tanks hiding. Thought I killed them all. No. The mini tank there. So yeah, I mean, it's okay. It's not what I wanted. I kind of wanted it to be really good because it's kind of Division 1 nostalgia. And I kind of think I go into this bit now that because I've got no tick or CC or anything like that, I am just going to be let down a little bit. I mean, it has got its advantages that it hits so hard, you know. But there's a lot of downtime here, right? Because I'm not CCing anything. You know. Yeah. Do you know what it reminds me of? The Kingbreaker. That thing hits like an absolute truck. But do we use it? No, because of the slow rate of fire. I mean, in that situation though, it's actually really good. Because I can focus fire, I can hit, I can die, I can hit every shot, you know, and you can guarantee that you're going to do the damage. But there's no CC involved, there's no pestilence ticks. It kind of lets it down because of how good other LMGs are that we have right now. Would it be good in a heroic mission? Yeah, I mean, it would be fine, it would be great. I just think it needs a little bit more to make it stand out. That is unfortunate. It's not something that I would be using over the blue screen or the pestilence, unfortunately. It needs a buff. I feel like it needs a buff. Even if it gives it a buff to make it better than all other LMGs, just for the nostalgic season that's coming, it does take away from it a little bit. That's going to be it for the video. Let me know, as always, what you think in the comments down below. I feel a bit negative about that, and I don't want to be. What a shame. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.